Welcome to C Week, everyone. We have one golden letter friend named Charlie. We're going to be talking about a very special caterpillar who gets very hungry. Then we'll talk about some questions of how people get food. What do they need? How do they get it? Where do they have to go? And friends, I'm looking forward to this time with you. I'm looking forward to thinking about things together, you clever, courageous children. Hi, sweethearts. We have a new letter. And you know what I'm going to do? I just decided I'm going to get my Play-Doh out and I'm going to make the letter out of Play-Doh because it's an easy one to make. Also, if you notice that red on my hands, it is not blood. I did not hurt myself. That is no kind of blood. It's paint. And even though I washed my hands, and even though it said it was washable, it's kind of like a marker paint, so it's going to maybe take a little extra to get it off. So I'm fine. I'm not even getting it on my Play-Doh. And I will just tell you, this is not the letter shape, but I'm going to use this to turn it into a letter shape. Oh, I made the letter. Our letter is C. And C can be one of our tricky letters because C can sound like S, and C can sound like ch, 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 and C can even sound like sh. So C can be very tricky. But today, and then C can also sound like k, 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 k. And that is the sound I'm going to be talking about now. Because I'm going to take my Play-Doh and I'm going to round it out. And just like last time when I was making butterflies, I made a butterfly body. I made something look like a caterpillar. And I'm doing that again. But this time I'm going to keep it like a caterpillar. This time we're talking about before it was a butterfly and it just was a caterpillar the whole time. And I'm thinking about the book of the caterpillar that gets so very hungry. And there's one thing that the caterpillar eats that has the caterpillar feel good. Like the food was good for its body. It didn't have a sensitivity to it. The caterpillar wasn't allergic to it. It was healthy for its body. I'm thinking about when the caterpillar ate through one nice green leaf. And after that, the caterpillar felt much better. Do you see this little tiny, little circly thing there? I'm using a tool. And this is a pretend leaf, so it's made out of fabric. And I'm using a tool to try to make holes. See, did it. Just like in the book by Eric Carle. I'm making my sad face because when I said his name, I remembered that he died. Eric Carle, the man who wrote the book about the very hungry caterpillar, he did die. He was old, and sometimes when people are old, they die. He was one of those. So now I'm going to kind of have a smile on my face because even though I feel sad that he died, I'm also kind of smiling like, oh yeah, I'm remembering all the work he did. I'm remembering he loved to write books and illustrate books for children. And now I'm thinking about how clever the book about the very hungry caterpillar was. And how all the food that the caterpillar ate has holes in it. So I made some holes to pretend that that is where the caterpillar nibbled. So watch. Caterpillar, you're going to go and find the hole because I'm pretending the caterpillar ate that hole. And then the caterpillar ate that hole. And the caterpillar ate that hole. And the caterpillar ate that hole. Friends, it's the caterpillar day. We're going to do things about caterpillars like turn a C into a caterpillar for our alphabet project, make some caterpillars in our journal, read the book about a caterpillar, and then we're going to talk about food. and where you get it and how you get it and what you need to get it. Maybe you already know. If you don't have food and you want food, how do you get it? You think about that, and later today, we're going to do a drawing game all about it. So the first thing, though, is before we do any of the project things, let's read the book about the very hungry caterpillar. And I have a guess, a prediction, that you might be able to help me read it. Let's do it. Okay. This might be a book you already know. This might be a book that is easy for you to read along with me. Even if you're not reading the words, you're remembering it and you know what's coming, or you're able to see the pictures and have it make sense. That's a way of reading. So we're going to do it together. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. And friends, there will come a time where the words of this book get to be the same over and over, and that might be part that you want to read along. But first, let me tell you. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. That's the little egg. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. That was Sunday, and here we go. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. That's the part we're going to say over and over. On Tuesday, he ate through two pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through three plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through four strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through five oranges, but he was still hungry. Now here we come to the longest page. On Saturday, he ate through one piece of chocolate cake, one ice cream cone, one pickle, one slice of Swiss cheese, one slice of salami, one lollipop, one piece of cherry pie, one sausage, one cupcake, and one slice of watermelon. And look at our little friend. That night, he had a stomach ache. Oh, I could tell from the illustration, the drawing of him, that maybe he didn't feel well, because look at my face. If I go like this and my eyebrows kind of go up, it's like, oh, there's something wrong with Miss Kristen. If she goes like, maybe I would have a stomach ache too, and I would look like that. So let's think about Play-Doh. Think about think about what the caterpillar ate through at the end. That green thing, the leaf, and look. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through one nice green leaf. And after that, he felt much better. Is that the end of the book? It is not the end of the book. It's kind of like that's the end of a chapter of the book, part of the book. If the book was only about food, that would be a comfortable way to end the story. That we found out what the caterpillar ate all week, and at the end of the week, he felt much better. But do you know what happens next? In the book, it's not about food as much anymore. Now it's about the caterpillar having grown beautifully big, beautifully ready to build a small house called a cocoon around himself, to stay inside for more than 2 weeks, nibble a hole in the cocoon, push his way out, where he was a beautiful butterfly. Well done, sweetie pies. We're going to make our C now. Okay, friends, we're going to make something that might remind you of the book we just read. So that's our C shape, but we're not going to leave it just a C. We're going to add things. We're going to add a red circle shape. We're going to add 2 purple rectangle shapes. We're going to add 2 yellow circle shapes. And we're going to add 2 smaller green circle shapes. And I'm going to use a glue bottle today because that's easier for me to use when I have tiny pieces. You'll see why. So I'm doing the dot technique. A dot does a lot. Get the C on and then watch what I do to get glue on the red circle. I'm going to put the glue in a circle shape, but kind of in the middle. See, and it's very thin, not a lot of glue. The edges are still dry. And I'm putting that on. Believe it or not, that's the caterpillar head. And now I'm doing 2 dots for 2 yellow eyes. I'm trying to match Eric Carle from the book. So 2 yellow eyes. And then I need 2 more dots of glue in the middle of the yellow eyes. Tiny dot, tiny dot. And then the little green ones go on. And then we have 2 more pieces to put on. And I'm going to put glue on the big paper this time, like that. And that's where the purple antennae go. 1 antenna, another antenna. It's the very hungry caterpillar. And now let's make a new one a different way. All right, welcome to journal time. I've got my C sticker. The letter of the week is C, and I've got some stickers to use. And these stickers are going to be used for 2 different things with journal time. The first thing is it's to make a caterpillar. The trick is that I have to make them touch each other and fixed it. Did you see when I had that gap, I had a space and I didn't try, see, fixed it. When there was a space in between, I didn't try to take off the old sticker. I just put another one. And now look, I'm doing a pattern. Light green, dark green, light green, dark green, light green, dark green, light green. And now look what I'm going to do with the yellows. Can you guess what I'm pretending that is? It's part of the caterpillar. I got a teacher marker. If I was with you, I would be doing this part for you because it's my permanent marker. I would make a little caterpillar face. And I might write the long word. Look at this, how long it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters long. All right, here's something else we're going to do. I have a regular marker, and I'm drawing squares and circles. Squares are napkins, circles are plates. And I'm pretending that these are food. That's salad. I'm pretending that's banana. I'm going to pretend that that's a pile of corn. And now the light green, I'm going to pretend that's a pile of garden peas. And that's just one apple. So I write apple, banana, corn, peas, and salad. That kind of makes me hungry. So now we're going to play the drawing game. Let's see what you can figure out. We just talked about a caterpillar being hungry. But now I want to talk about a person who is hungry. So this is supposed to be the hungry person. See their face kind of turned down because they're hungry. So what do they need to do to get food? Where could they go? The refrigerator. That'd be great. Oh, but you need electricity. And what if there wasn't any? Okay, so if they don't have electricity turned on at their house, they could go somewhere to get food, the store. Yes, okay, the store's far away, but they just need to get in their car. But what if they don't have a car? Okay, they could take a city bus. What if there is no bus? Oh, that's fine. They could just ride their bike. They only can get a few things to carry on their bike, but they can ride their bike. Nope, the bike's broken. Oh, good. Look, they found a friend, a neighbor. They have a car. They said, I'll take you to the store. Good news. Okay, so neighbor and the hungry friend go to the store. Of course, they need money or their money card. Oh, what if they don't have that? They don't have money or the money card. Look at this building. It looks like a store, but it's not a regular store. Look at that building. It's some kind of church or place of worship. Look at that. That's a little box. That says free. That says free. That says free. What is that? Oh, that doesn't say free. That says school. Those are the places that people can also go to get food, help their bodies start to feel better. There are those places. Okay, friends, so you know about all the things that are needed for people to get food, to have access to food. And you know about the times when people don't have transportation, or they don't have money, or the right kind of money, or time when to get there when the stores are open. You know about all those things now. And you might already know about the place at our preschool. So I'm in the classroom now, in my little office. But if I go out of here and I go up the stairs and I go outside and I go just a little bit down the sidewalk, I'll get to the sharing box. And in the sharing box is where there are food things or personal items, things people might need or want. And it's where you don't need money to get them. You don't need anything to get them other than a way to get to the sharing box, a way to get the door open, and a way to take out what you want. So I'm going to show it to you. We're going to go right now. Okay, friends, so this is me in here. And this is when the video gets a little bit different because I'm not going to be keeping the camera in one spot. I'm going to be carrying it, so it'll be a little bit wiggly. And this is where I've been doing circle time, right? And there are all of the supplies. And there's the big circle time mess from Miss Kristen. Bye, Caterpillar. See you later. And then, friends, I'm going to leave the office room, turn off the light. And then I'm going to walk you through the classroom. There are no preschoolers here yet. There are no other teachers here yet. But I'm going to leave the classroom to take you to the sharing box. So, hi bathroom. See you later. You are not the sharing box. And up the stairs we go. And we're not going to go up to those stairs. That is not where the sharing box is. We have to go outside for the sharing box. Blankets in case we get cold. Here's the door. Open the door. Oh, look, friends. There's our welcome station. All of the things we have to take outside later. And out we go. So this is outside of the preschool now. There are the workers. There's our playground, but we're going to walk down to the sharing box. If you see a rainbow, that is the sharing box. Do you see a rainbow? Look, friends, this is the sharing box. So our preschool is right over there. There's our old white fence that we're moving. Our preschool door is right where I'm pointing. This is the sharing box. This is where people can come to give food or things they don't want, and where people can come to get food or things that they do want. Do we need money for it? No. Do we need to be able to open it? Yes. So look, I'm going to open this side. And I'm going to open this side. And friends, I didn't even know what would be in here. But now I can see. people can come here and today they can get some bread, beans, cereal, cookies, more beans, lots of chickpeas and garbanzo beans. They can get rice. They can peek out of a window. They can get soup, pasta, tomatoes, black beans, kidney beans, vegetables. Look, someone gave us pears and more crackers, hamburger buns, more cereal, and okay, in case you want to read a magazine, you can get a magazine. The sharing box is here for anybody who has something to put in there and anybody who has something to get. Thank you, sharing box. Thank you, neighbors, for helping with the sharing box. And preschoolers, I'm going to stay outside for our goodbye breath. And if you ever hear any banging sounds, that's the construction workers who are still working on our outdoor school. For our goodbye breath today, we're going to match the sharing box doors. So I'm going to open a door for a breath in. And then when I close the door, we'll do our breath out. So here we go. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Last time, breathe out. And maybe you hear a bird talking to us too. It's like the bird is saying goodbye to you and to me. Because friends, circle time is over. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend in this world. Now you can help keep your eye out for things about food. You can keep your eye out for things about nature. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, sweetie pies.